Long before modern cities, roads, and skyscrapers, humans lived in a world that was raw, untamed, and often unforgiving. The Stone Age, spanning millions of years, was a time when survival depended on sharp instincts, ingenuity, and constant vigilance. Every day was a delicate dance with danger, and nowhere was that danger more evident than in the predators that roamed the earth. From enormous beasts that could crush a human in a single blow, to cunning hunters that struck silently in the shadows, these predators shaped the evolution, behavior, and survival strategies of early humans. Among the most formidable threats were the apex predators, creatures that reigned at the top of the food chain. The saber-toothed cat, or smilodon, is perhaps the most famous of these. With elongated canine teeth that could reach 7 inches in length, smilodons were specialized hunters, capable of bringing down large prey like bison and deer. For Stone Age humans, encountering a saber-toothed cat meant imminent danger. Their hunting tactics relied on stealth and power, often ambushing prey from dense forests or tall grass. Humans had to be perpetually aware, using fire, group hunting, and constant vigilance to avoid becoming part of the predator's meal. Not far behind in threat level were dire wolves, larger and more powerful than today's grey wolves. Dire wolves travelled in packs, employing coordination and strategy to trap prey. While humans could outsmart solitary predators, a pack hunting in unison presented a far greater challenge. Stone Age humans had to learn to read animal behaviour, recognise signs of packs nearby, and avoid areas where predators might be waiting in ambush. The cave bear, a massive relative of today's brown bear, was another terrifying presence in the Stone Age. Some stood up to 3.5 metres tall on their hind legs, and their sheer size alone was enough to deter most animals. While primarily herbivorous, cave bears were known to attack humans when provoked, or during competition for food sources like berries or carcasses. Evidence suggests early humans respected these massive creatures, often avoiding caves that served as bear dens and learning to leave markings or fire as warnings. Meanwhile, large cats such as the European lion and jungle cat species prowled parts of Africa, Europe, and Asia. These predators had powerful bodies, sharp claws, and lethal speed. Unlike pack hunters like wolves, big cats often relied on ambush, making them unpredictable threats. Humans, with no armour or firearms, relied on alertness, height, and tools to stay one step ahead. Even a single mistake, turning one's back, wandering alone at night, or underestimating a predator's reach, could be fatal. While size and strength were intimidating, cunning predators posed an equal, if not greater, threat. Wolves, for instance, are renowned for intelligence and social cooperation. Pack strategies included flanking, chasing, and driving prey toward traps. Early humans often faced wolves while hunting or scavenging, and failure to notice their presence could result in attacks. Cooperation and communication were vital survival tools. Hyenas, especially the prehistoric cave hyena, were both scavengers and hunters. With incredibly strong jaws capable of crushing bones, hyenas could steal kills from humans or predators alike. Humans had to remain aware of scent, tracks, and the distant sounds of hyena laughter echoing across the plains. A seemingly abandoned carcass could be a trap, luring humans into proximity with a group of hyenas waiting for an opportunity. Not all predators lived on land. Stone Age humans depended on rivers, lakes, and coastal regions for food, making encounters with aquatic predators particularly dangerous. Crocodiles, some species exceeding 6 meters in length, were capable of lunging onto riverbanks and dragging humans underwater in an instant. Sharks, though not as numerous as today in some regions, also posed threats during fishing or swimming. Humans had to develop tools, awareness of water behavior, and techniques for crossing rivers safely to survive. Though less commonly discussed, large raptors also posed a threat to Stone Age humans, particularly children or infants. Birds like Haast's eagle in prehistoric New Zealand could attack with talons capable of breaking bones. Humans had to learn to protect the vulnerable by keeping infants close, constructing shelters, and using deterrents to discourage aerial attacks. Even in regions without giant birds, humans had to respect the predatory instincts of smaller raptors, which could snatch small animals essential for survival. Survival wasn't just about facing massive predators. Venomous creatures, from snakes to spiders, were a constant hidden threat. A single bite from species like the European viper could immobilize or kill before help arrived. Stone Age humans learned to identify venomous animals, recognize dangerous terrain, and develop primitive remedies, including herbal antidotes. Survival required not only strength and courage, but knowledge and caution. Stealthy nocturnal predators added another layer of danger. Many small cats, foxes, and predatory mammals hunted at night. Humans, relying on fire for protection, had to maintain vigilance even when fatigue threatened. Sleeping too close to a predator's path could lead to fatal encounters. The night, dark and silent, was as much an adversary as any animal. Despite the danger, humans weren't defenseless. Our ancestors developed remarkable strategies to coexist with and even dominate certain predators. Tools made of stone, bone, and wood allowed for hunting and defense. Fire became both a shield and a tool, keeping predators at bay while providing warmth and light. Early humans often hunted in groups, leveraging numbers, coordination, and clever traps to outsmart predators much stronger or faster than themselves. Additionally, observation became key. Humans studied predator behavior, hunting patterns, territoriality, and feeding habits. Learning the signs of a nearby predator, tracks, scat, or distant calls, was critical for survival. Children were taught these survival skills from a young age, instilling instincts that became part of human culture. Knowledge itself became a weapon, sometimes more effective than physical strength. Living constantly under threat shaped not just survival tactics, but human psychology. Early humans were hyper-aware, cautious, and innovative. The fear of predators instilled social cohesion, as group members relied on each other for protection. Rituals, storytelling, and art often depicted predators, serving as cautionary tales and memory aids. These experiences shaped not only how humans survived physically, but how they evolved mentally, socially, and culturally. Predators weren't just challenges, they were catalysts for human evolution. Facing large, dangerous predators selected for traits like cooperation, intelligence, communication, and tool-making. Humans learned to plan, strategize, and innovate in ways no other species in the same environment could. Some scientists argue that predator pressure played a role in the development of bipedalism, social behavior, and even early forms of language. Every encounter, every escape, every careful observation contributed to the story of human survival and advancement. Today, predators are largely relegated to the wild, or zoos, but their lessons remain. The Stone Age teaches us that survival required balance, strength, knowledge, awareness, and social cohesion. Humans learned to respect predators, understanding that arrogance or overconfidence could be fatal. The relationship was never about domination alone. It was about coexistence, adaptation, and strategic thinking. Modern humans often forget the raw power and danger of the natural world. Stone Age predators were not just animals, they were the ultimate tests of ingenuity and resilience. Surviving the Stone Age meant facing them daily, learning from their behavior, and developing skills that would allow humans to thrive where many species fell short. Even as humans tamed landscapes and developed tools and weapons, the influence of predators lingered. stories of lions, bears, wolves, and other deadly animals became embedded in myths, rituals, and cultural memory. Our respect, fear, and fascination with predators endure because they shaped who we are. Every step humans took towards civilization was guided by lessons learned from these dangerous encounters. Stone Age predators were more than threats. They were teachers. By forcing humans to innovate, cooperate, and adapt, they played a pivotal role in shaping the evolutionary path of our species. The echoes of their presence remain in our instincts, stories, and even our appreciation for the wild. To understand the Stone Age is to understand the power and peril of the predators that once ruled the world alongside humanity.